breakfast time. So we got some home fries right here, some Big Kid home fries, and we got some veggies over here. The Bay made all of this. We got some veggies, we got some onions, some mushrooms, the non-psychedelic kind, some tomatoes, some spinach, and did you put any sauce in there? And just seasoning, no sauce or anything. All that sauce, all that wetness is just the juiciness from the veggies themselves. Look how good that looks. And I guess we're just gonna eat it with some tortillas. Alright guys, so here's the meal. Super simple, but it looks super delish. Aww, yeah. Here we go, here we go. That's really good.
It's juicy.
It's so deliciously delicious. Oh shit. But the potatoes are crunchy. Nice and crunchy, crispy. Veggies are juicy. It's like the perfect combo. Look at that. Alright guys, so here's the game plan for today. Not much is going to happen because I'm basically just going to do a ton of work, and then I got a show tonight, so not much is going to happen. Nothing too exciting. So what I'm going to do instead is I'll answer a bunch of questions throughout the day. That way I'll make the video, the vlog, a little bit more interesting. So let's answer this next question while I'm stretching. Alien Knight asks, how long have you guys been together? Talking about me and the Bay. We've been together for 9 years now, and that's a long time, but also behind those 9 years there was a lot of work that went into it as well. Usually it fades over time, but this seems like young love. Well, the thing is, to keep a relationship exciting, you have to be an exciting person yourself. You have to have your own things to get excited about, your own things that you're doing, and you have to be a different, separate person. And really, if you're going to be happy with yourself, then it's more likely that the other person will be happy with you, happy for you, and be happy with you. But if you're a moping, draining, negative person, you know, it's just going to be, you're going to be a drag. That initial love is going to fade away. But if you're excited about life, it's going to be really infectious, and the other person will be excited about life as well, and they're going to be excited to be with you because they just get that good energy. So a lot of times what I see happen is that couples will fall in love, they'll do a lot of fun things together, but then what happens over time is that they'll just start to be lazy, stay inside all the time, just sit around, watch Netflix, and do the same old routine. And what they're going to do is they're going to get bored of their lives. They're going to get bored, they're not going to be excited anymore, and they're going to connect that to their partner. So they're going to get bored of their partner, they're not going to be really connected to them, they're not going to be excited. So the key is always to take care of yourself first. Be excited about life, have things going on for you, do different things, and other people, not just talking about relationships, but other people will want to join along with you as well. I think that should be the most important key in a relationship, is to be able to take care of yourself first and foremost. Be the type of person that you want to be with, and develop the characters of the person you would like to be with. So having empathy, kindness, good listening skills, stuff like that. And if you're with a person that don't have those qualities and that's what you're looking for, don't waste your time with that person. It's not fair to you to waste time on somebody hoping that they'll change for you, and it's not fair for them because you have this expectation on them. You're focusing more on who they should be rather than who they are, and that's not really fair for them. JYHLUK asked, how's your poop schedule now? It's actually back on track. I'm not actually pooping right now. This is just for demonstration purposes only. But here's the key to success. If you want to poop first thing in the morning, just keep holding your poop for a little bit longer each day, so that if you normally poop at 12 o'clock, just hold that poop in until 1 o'clock, right? And then once you got that down, just keep holding it for an extra hour longer each day until you move around the clock until you hit the right spot, which should be first thing in the morning, right when you wake up. Jennifer Jones asked, do you play classical guitar? Why the long fingernails? So I got some pretty gnarly Freddy Krueger style nails. And I don't play classical guitar, I play the flamenco guitar, which is slightly, just a little bit, extremely, very differently. That makes no sense. It's very different. So when I say flamenco guitar, a lot of people will think of the Gypsy Kings or people like Jesse Cook or Otmar Liebert. So they actually don't play flamenco. It's kind of like mislabeled. They play what's called rumba, which is... But it's more like that kind of style of music, which is related to flamenco, but it's not actually flamenco. And flamenco is not really related to classical guitar at all, although they both have origins and have made a lot of progress in Spain, and they both use guitars that have nylon strings. They're very different in terms of technique and sound and what you're trying to achieve and the musicality. So actually, I have a lot of students who play classical guitar who've played for maybe up to 20 years. And they're actually more hard to teach than absolute beginners when it comes to flamenco guitar, because they have all these habits that come over and just get in the way. So the technique, although it looks very similar, it's actually very, very different. Alright guys, it's time for lunch. This is what I made. I made some chickpeas with some curry powder, some coconut milk, some tomatoes, some onions, and some potatoes. It's all really mushy. Looks like baby food. That's the way it should be. That's how we do, that's how we live. And over here we got some white rice. For that tight life, of course. Alright guys, so I'm feeling a little bit sluggish today. Had a pretty busy weekend, a lot of socializing, so I'm kind of feeling burnt out a little bit. So I won the Starbucks shit from the raffle thingy from a few days ago, from the thingy with the thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I'm a little bit curious about it. I need some energy, so I'm gonna give it a go. So here we go. We got this instant coffee for instant poops. Snip. Look. Yeah, bitch! So that looks pretty legit, I would say. To be honest, TBH, let's see how it tastes, Let me try this coffee, Tastes like I'm gonna have to poop later on. Alright, would definitely recommend, guys. Instant coffee. It's probably cheaper than actually going to Starbucks and getting their coffee, because their coffee is pretty goddamn expensive. Hey, what's up guys? I am back home now. It is almost 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 a.m. And just got back from my gig. It was a really late night. But anyways, I got time for one more question. So this is a really good question that I kind of saved. I thought it would take a little bit of time to answer, but I'm going to try to keep it pretty short and concise and straight to the point. But this is from Bradley Woods. Shout out to Bradley for always commenting and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, Bradley. You're good at so many things: playing guitar, lifting, humor, vegan cooking, and getting better and better at skateboarding. Do you think it is because you have patience and persistence as a trait, or what? First of all, thank you for thinking that I'm actually good at stuff. That's always very encouraging. Patience and persistence is definitely a trait I say what I would have. But aside from that, I'm also very methodical, and I like to not do too many things, but I like to do things well. So for instance, skateboarding, I don't know too many tricks, but I'm trying to do each trick that I learned well before I move on. Same thing with guitar. I don't really try to do too many advanced things without getting the basics first. But also, aside from that, I think one of the most important things is to always have a beginner's mindset. So there's, I'm pretty sure most people are aware of this, the newbie gains, the newbie phase. When you're new at something, that's when you make the most progress, including the gym and building muscle, which there's some physiological reasons as to why that happens. You make the most gains when you're a newbie. But also, I think mentally, when you approach something new, you don't have any expectations, and so whenever you learn something, whenever you accomplish something when you're new, you feel really good and you feel really excited, and you really kind of congratulate yourself and pat yourself in the back for learning anything, for making any sort of progress, because you have no expectation at all, so you really cherish every single victory that you have. So I think that's really important, because it creates like a positive feedback, a constant positive feedback, and that's just going to keep you excited about things. And the more excited you are about something, the more you're going to want to do it, and the more motivated you're going to be. And also, when you're a beginner, because you don't have any expectations, if you fail, you can kind of brush it off easily, right? And it doesn't really hit you so hard. But after a few years of doing something and becoming more and more advanced, sometimes you make failures and sometimes you slip up on things, and you tend to beat yourself up really hard, because you start to think, oh, I've done this for so many years, I should be better at this, or why am I making these kind of mistakes at this stage? So talking about specifically about skateboarding, all right, so I've had experience with skateboarding in the past before, and it's always been like kind of on and off. But I remember the one time where I made the most progress was when I approached it with the mentality of, if I fall, I'm gonna laugh at myself. And that's exactly what I did. Every time I fell, I would laugh at myself and I'd literally just brush it off and then just continue on. I wouldn't get frustrated because it was just like funny to me. Like I expected to fall, I expected to fail, and every time I did, it was just funny to me. So either way, it's just like, even though I failed at something, it would give me like a positive feeling. And then every time I would land something, every time I would succeed at doing something, I would really like get really hyped up and just really congratulate myself. And it just made me feel good overall. The whole process was just so much more enjoyable because even when I failed, I felt good. Even when I succeeded, I felt really good. So either way, I was feeling good and I felt really motivated to do it. And I felt really excited to do it. I just did it more. And of course, when you do something more, you're just gonna get better at it. So that's my approach to learning new things, is to always just have a beginner's mindset. And also, like, for some reason, when people become more advanced and their mind starts to close off for some reason, and they think, okay, this has to be done this way, this has to be done that way, it's supposed to be this way, it's supposed to be that way, and I've done this for so many years, so I already know everything. And you kind of develop this like egotistical, closed-minded view on things. Well, when you're a beginner, you recognize that there's a lot that you don't know and that you're a little bit ignorant, and so you're more open to receiving information from other people, but also you're more accepting of the fact that you have a lot to work on. And for some reason, when people get more and more advanced, they start to lose that and they start to think they know everything already, and then that's when learning really stops. I've noticed by working with a lot of students, a lot of student dancers, a lot of student musicians, that the ones that have the least ego, the ones that kind of like are really super humble and almost to the point where they kind of like think they're no good, those are the ones that actually learn the most. The ones that are like cocky and think they know so much already and they think they're better than everyone else, those are the ones that actually are just in fact really insecure and don't really know much and don't learn much either. So yeah, those are the things that I think help me learn things. And I actually don't like to think of in terms of good or bad. You know, I'm just always focused on trying to get better and better and better. No matter what stage I'm at, I'm never satisfied with anything that I do. I just want to improve and progress and grow and grow. So I'm always looking ahead to the future. I'm enjoying the process along the way. I'm enjoying the journey, but I'm always looking ahead at the future, and I don't really think of good and bad, black and white. You know, I always think of it as a gradient, like a scale. Like I'm just always trying to reach to the next level. That, never being satisfied, always trying to reach the next level. 2, keeping a beginner's attitude, a beginner's mindset. And 3, just being really methodical and taking things slow and learning things slowly and not doing too much things, but doing them well. Those are the 3 things that really help me make progress in whatever I do. If I can add in one more thing, it's to just always keep trying. Don't ever give up. Just always keep trying. As long as you put in the work, you're going to make some sort of progress. But anyways, that's it. I think I probably went on a little bit longer than I expected. But this is something that really like intrigues me, that really fascinates me. The concept of learning how to learn and being really efficient at learning. So yeah, life is short, guys. You got to just do what you got to do. Go after the things that you're interested in and just get shit done. Just go for it. Don't overanalyze, don't think about it too much, just go for it. And you're going to learn along the way. And if you really care about something, as long as you keep going, as long as you're open-minded and you're always curious and you're always willing to learn, you're going to make progress. And any progress is good progress. So, but anyways, I really appreciate your support, guys. Appreciate all the comments. These were just like a handful of the comments that I got. There's so many that I have not gotten to, but I do read them all and I really appreciate them. And it really helps me to get all this feedback. But anyways, that's enough rambling. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. I know it sounds so cliche, but there's just no way that I can really truly express my gratitude to you guys, except the only way that I feel like I can really do that is to continue putting out content. Once again, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys will tune in with me tomorrow. I feel like I have a good feeling that tomorrow's going to be a pretty awesome day. So until next time, guys, stay fresh, fam.